that would be more like a military terminology, and most everyday person doesn't use position, they use location instead. So,
Location.
you're not wrong. Don't worry, you didn't say it wrong, it's just he misunderstood what you meant. And that's the problem with English, is sometimes there's words that even native speakers, a native speaker could have easily said what you said, and then they still could have misunderstood. So it's not that you said it wrong, so don't think that you made a mistake necessarily. It's just that you needed to clarify and say, no, I mean your location. So,
Location.
you can say, what is your location? Or you could just say, where are you located?
Where are you located?
Yeah, where are you located?
Where?
Where are you located?
Located.
And where is your location or what is your location?
What is your location? Where is your location? Both are the same meaning.
Same meaning.
What is your location would probably refer more to, are you in D block, are you in A block, are you in Tech Cube? Where is your location? Maybe would be like, oh, in D block, I'm on the 4th floor, room 4B25, right? So where would be a little more specific, but not really.
Like inhale.
Yeah, but it's still, you can answer both the same. So it's a matter of nuance, and that's the terrible thing about English, right? You can say the same thing many different times, or in many different ways. And we have euphemisms, and we have simile and metaphor, and so it's,
Anyway, both are right, right?
yeah, both are right. Okay? Alright. Any other questions?
Perspective.
Perspective. What about it? What is the meaning? So perspective, it's your point of view. From my perspective, this is the way I see things, right? So it's your point of view, right? So perspective.
And then frugality.
Frugality. To be frugal, I'll give you the base. So frugal means not wasting money. Okay? So to be frugal is to not waste money. So frugality is so this is I'm being frugal. So that's a verb, right? Okay, or an adjective. He is frugal. Okay? But frugality, so if you add the I-T-Y to the end, turns it into a noun. The frugality of this gala is obvious. They didn't spend very much money on the food, right? Okay? So, frugal would be an adjective, no, not a verb, it's an adjective, hey there. It's an adjective, but then frugality turns it into a noun.
Can I say I'm a frugal?
Yeah, I'm a frugal mother. The frugality of this household is because of the frugal mother. Okay? So that makes it a noun. Right? Let me check. I might be saying that wrong. Yeah, it is a noun. Okay. Yes. All right. Other questions before we move on? Due diligence. Did I spell that right? I haven't used diligence.
One L.
One L? Okay. I haven't had to write that word very much. Due diligence. So to be diligent means that you stay on top of things. You don't lose track of what you need to get done, right? You make sure, so if you're a diligent student, you're always studying for everything that you need to. You're always finishing your homework. You're always paying attention in class. You're doing whatever you need to do to get things done, and you do it in the proper time that it needs to get done, right? So due diligence means that everything needs its due diligence. So you need to give it, something is due, something needs to be given diligence. So you need to give it its proper attention. So what did you hear? How did you hear it?
Some suppose that I want to make sure we do our due diligence.
Okay, so I want to make sure we give it our attention, or give it the proper attention that it needs. So basically, diligence is doing things attentively, right? You're giving it attention, okay? So due diligence means to give, right? So giving, to do something, right? To give it proper attention. Okay? In order to not fail my English tests, I need to give this chapter my due diligence. Okay? Any others? No? Move forward. So last class you were given this, does anyone not have it? Do you have a copy still? You lose yours? Did your dog eat it too? Okay. So, talking about your daily routine, right? This was present simple tense, right? Or simple present tense. Alright? So with this, you should have filled it out, and we can talk about it. And what I want you to do is I want you to find someone to talk to with this. Alright, so it says, what time do you get up in the morning? Alright, now, with these answers, I know it's very easy when we answer questions. What time do you get up in the morning? 8. That's not speaking English, okay? So the way that we need to formulate our answers is we need to take part of the question to repeat it. You okay? Just eating something? No food in class. Don't worry. Alright, so if it's what time do you get up in the morning, you could say, in the morning I wake up at, or I get up at, blah blah blah. Okay? So make sure you're answering those questions by restating the question a little bit, alright, in your answer. So I want you to choose at least 4 of these to ask someone, alright? And you need to talk to 3 people, and you need to ask them different questions, okay? So when you ask someone that question, you check it off your list. You cannot ask the next person that same question, okay? So you need to go around and find 3 people to ask 4 questions to. And then they will give you the response back about their daily routine. Alright? So, sound easy enough? Alright, simple present tense is the easiest tense, easiest verb tense. Okay? Now, what you need to realize is that this workplace should be a better teacher of English for you than me. This hour that we spend here How many hours a week do you probably work? 40? 50? What's your work week? How many hours?
40.
40. Okay.
40.
So 40 hours. 50?
15.
Oh, 15? Okay. So either way, out of 15, I'm 1 hour. That means you have 15 other hours that you can use English. Okay? You have 40 hours, right? Okay, so I'm very small percentage of your English. Now, I understand as support staff, you are not 100% of the time using English, but you do have opportunities. Lily and Tracy get tutoring sessions in the snack bar from me in the mornings, and they get practice, right? Before you say, 老师早, right? And I would say, what? Oh, good morning, right? Okay? So, there's plenty of opportunity for you to learn outside. For me, how do you think I've been in Taiwan? How long? Do you remember? No, 7.5 years. Okay? So, and how many years have I actually studied Chinese in a classroom? I only took for 3 months, and that was on my 4th year living here. So for the first 3 years, I didn't even take it. Okay? And so when I'm learning, I'm not sitting in a classroom. And when I sat in a classroom, I knew most of the stuff anyways, because I had already been here 4 years and practicing, and it was a basic level class. Okay? So it was nice to hear, but classroom setting is not the best place. Do you think children learn from sitting in and listening to grammar? No. Okay? They just learn by trying. Okay? And children are cute when they make mistakes. So just think of yourself as being cute when you make a mistake. Okay? Don't be embarrassed by it. Alright? So, it's better to just practice. So we need to do some practice. So I want you to stand up. I want you to find 3 people to talk to, and you need to ask them 4 questions. And they need to answer. Okay? So, simple answers. They don't need to say, well, on Mondays I wake up at 8 a.m., but on Tuesdays I wake up at 8:15 and 45 seconds. No. Just simple answers are okay. And taking the question, what time do you get up in the morning? In the morning, I get up at, or I get up in the morning at, okay? What time, or what do you do after you wake up? After I wake up, right? Very easy. Most of your answer is in the question, okay? You're just changing it, all right? So stand up, find 3 people, try to find someone new that you never talked to, okay? Don't just talk to the same people because they're right next to you in class. Alright? So, and help people out if they are having trouble. That's why we are here. Don't worry, you don't need to write the answers. Get up. Get up.
Okay.
Stand up. Stand up.
What do you do after you wake up?
Okay. Lily, I will ask you.
After you wake
What
up,
do you like to
I
do
get out
in your free time?
bed and
In my free time.
clothes.
Really? Okay. So,
Oh, then,
what do you do after you wake up?
what do you need to know?
what
After
is
you
the
wake
first
up.
thing you need to do at work?
Oh, the first
You
thing
get ready to go to work, okay?
I need to do
So,
at work.
what is the first thing you need to do at work?
First thing I need to do at work is wear my uniform.
Want to. First thing you need to. I need to. So, first thing you need to. But not I want to. I need to.
What
Because
time
need.
do you have lunch?
在哪里？
Yeah. Needs. Wants 是想 need.
have lunch，你当时讲的话，
And you?
Prepare.
12 o'clock 可以要这个问哦。What do you like to
Okay, to
eat？
sell. To sell. Okay.
你喜
Prepare
欢
the items to
啊，
sell.
这个
Okay,
是
last word.
我不太会
prefer
prefer noodle。
哇，你们外国跟我们
How often do you get up on Sunday?
I need to.
Saturday 呢
Saturday. Saturday.
to go out on Saturday night.
Saturday.
I often
Last one.
stay home
Okay. So you do that.
nothing
What is the first thing
on
you do when you get home?
我
Playing with your dog. Okay, so you can say the first thing I do when I get home is to play with my dog.
I have lunch at 12
When
o'clock.
I get home
I prefer
is
8.
okay.
I
Alright,
prefer
good job. Alright, so
the noodle.
you have to find someone new. Okay, alright, fine.
How do you get to school every day?
I get to school every day by
So I ride the scooter to school every day. How
Yeah,
do
every day I ride the scooter to work.
every day I ride the scooter to work.
I can say I get to school each day by riding scooter.
By riding my scooter, yeah, you could say it, or I get to school by scooter, that's okay.
By scooter.
By scooter is okay, but if you're talking about riding my scooter,
Right.
you wouldn't say by riding my scooter. So you could just say riding my scooter. I ride my scooter or I'm riding my scooter. But by scooter is okay. That's telling how you do it. It's not telling the action, riding, right? It's just saying what you use. By car, driving a car, both. By bus,
So
Riding the
I
bus.
cannot conject the verb.
it can, but you don't need it. Because by is the verb in that sense. Because it's telling how you're doing it, it's not telling the action of doing it, right? So if you say by car, so that could mean you're sitting in the car and someone else is driving, or it could mean you're also driving. You're just doing it with a car, right? So that's the difference. So by car or driving my car, both are the same, but by car is a little different. By car just means that you're using a car to get to work. Whether you're riding in the car, not driving, or you're driving, you're still by car, okay? Same with by bus, by plane. Well, if you said by bus, I know that you're not driving the bus, right? You're just on the bus, right? So,
By bus 就是 by taxi，
yes.
的话就是 riding my bike， riding my scooter。
So the difference would be like 我用机车，我骑车 right? So 用机车 by scooter, and then 骑车 would be riding a scooter, right?
What do you do after you wake up?
What time do you wake up
I
and
wake up, I brush my teeth.
every day? What is your favorite thing to do on the house?
I often get up at 5 o'clock.
On the weekend.
I
So you don't like hanging out with friends on the weekends?
I have to get to
No,
school before
Okay.
6 o'clock, and we just change our shift.
What is your least favorite?
Where I live in Zhonghe. So I ride motorcycle from Zhonghe to the TS about 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Riding motorcycle.
Okay. So you need to teach them to remember.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Alright, and then what is the first thing you do when you get home?
Go swimming in my home.
Yeah. I saw you jogging. Yeah.
Okay. Don't look at me like I'm such a scary person. She needs someone. Gina.
What is the first thing
The first thing I do before I work is wear my
Like
uniform.
that.
Wearing my uniform.
what did you choose?
In the
Alright. So, what do you like to do in your house?
不是在地下室员工休息室，没有拉客在保安组旁边，一个人，但是我不会讲，
In my
我下去查一下。
Alright, so what do good choice. Alright. What is the first thing you
地
need?
下室的员工休息室。
So you can say, prepare food. So you can say the first thing I need to do is prepare food.
什么鬼？
What is the first thing
Let's see.
you need to do before you work?
Last one. What is your least favorite thing to do at home? Least favorite. Not favorite. Least favorite. So this could be favorite or it could be least favorite. So least favorite is
What time do you have lunch? What time do you have lunch?
you don't have a least favorite
What do
thing?
you like to eat?
I usually
Okay.
Like when I worked at a grocery store, my least favorite thing was mopping up breaks. You know the grocery cart wheels? A brake would get stuck under it, and get pushed through the whole store and create a flat line through every single aisle. So I'd have to go and mop and walk through the whole store, and then I'd find the person pushing the cart, and I'd clean them up. So that was my least favorite thing to do at work, was mop up the brake line that went through the whole store.
What time do you get up in the morning?
So that's and you have to clean up. Okay. Alright, good. Go find someone else. Alright, have you found 3 people? If you talk to 3 people, you can have a seat.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Each day I get to school, go riding my motorcycle, riding my scooter. When the
Alright.
What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to
Swimming?
I like to listen music and go to my gym. What is fun building? Okay, it's an exercise, my exercise. Yeah.
Alright.
In my free time.
Let's have a seat. So always, so often, always stay at home. To watch TV. So you just need to watch. So I usually check.
Each day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just each day. To watch. Okay. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of practice, and maybe you got asked the same question, a couple times, and so you had to answer it, and maybe you answered it differently. Okay? So, any language, you know that it's not, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you. It's not just 1 + 1 = 2, right? You can say many things, alright? So, the most important thing, how many of you made mistakes? Who made mistakes?
Make mistake.
Who made a mistake when you gave your answer? Everyone said it perfectly. When someone asked you, you made mistakes, right? Yeah? When talking?
Yes.
Gym? G-Y-M, gym. Gym.
Kids. I go hit
the gym.
Hit the gym. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's an idiom to hit the gym. Yeah. So you could say, oh, I hit the nightclubs last night. It's just a go-to. But it's like a strong idiom. It's like, oh, I'm going to hit the town. It's just like stronger way of saying go do something. Hit.
Hit the road.
H-I-T. Yeah, hit
Hit
the
the
road.
road.
Yeah. Hey, hit the road. When you leave, it's a strong way of saying go. Right? So that just, if you want to say something like with more strength, more feeling, I like to hit the gym. Instead of I like to go to the gym.
That means you like the gym, right?
Well, hit the gym just is go to it. It doesn't mean that you like it.
Or it's go to.
Yeah. I like to hit the gym. I like to go to the gym. Both you like it. Both are the same thing. Just hit the gym is more, just sounds more emotional, right? It's like if you say, I'm happy or I'm excited, right? Like both are a type of happiness. It's just that excited is more intense, right? The feeling's different. So hit the gym is just more strong way of saying it, okay? So, but hopefully, you know, I know these are easy questions, like basic questions, but at the same time, so you know how I was able to talk about how long I've been in Taiwan and what do I do here for work and you know, do I like Taiwan and where have I lived, and you know why I'm able to say all that so well in Mandarin? Because every single taxi driver asks me the same questions. And I've had a lot of practice, and they're like, oh, 你中文讲得真好啊. And it's like, no, I've just had the same conversation 2,000 times. Okay? So it's practice, and then you just get good. And I don't say it the same every time. I don't say, oh, 我在台湾住7年半了. No, sometimes 7年半. Or 我在台北住4年半，但是我来台湾的时候住3年。So, you know, you just learn different ways to say it, okay? And the more practice you have, even if it's easy things like this, you learn how to build easy sentences, which then help you learn how to build more difficult sentences. So don't think that by learning English, you need to say what I'm saying with the same complex vocabulary and grammar. No, think simple first, then get more complex and more complex. And it's never I can't speak English, I'm fluent. There's no one that can do that, okay? So it has to be a right? Okay? But it will go like this, and then it will stop. And then you need to push yourself, and then it will go like that, and then it will stop. That's how it is all the time, because your brain, for whatever you need to do, once your brain says, I have enough English to do this, I don't need any more, you stop, okay? For me to improve, I have to say to myself, I need to learn about this. I need to learn how to say this. And then I start studying it, and then it gets better again. Because then your brain goes, ooh, I don't really know how to say this. When I started teaching pottery up in the studio, I knew ceramic terms, right? I knew nitu, how to, how to tiao, right? Like I knew all these things, but I didn't know how to use the verbs to talk about, 你做拉胚，你需要拉高的东西, right? Like I had to learn that stuff, and once I started learning that stuff, then it started to get better again, right? So it's all built on necessity, and also it's built on your want. If you only want to learn enough English to communicate at the snack bar, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because that's why you're here, right? For work, to learn for the snack bar. That's fine. If once you leave work and you're like, nope, no English, that's okay, okay? You learn what you need to learn, okay? So, but just know that it will be a little bit, it'll slow down, it'll slow down, but you have to be the driving force, okay? I can't be your driving force, alright? Now, that being said, we only have this class and next week. Next week's our last class. Right? Okay?
Don't be sad.
Yeah, I'll try not to be. I only get to see Bridget when I'm paying for lunch. Okay? So, I figured we'd just have some fun conversation. I don't wanna give you a bunch of grammar points. We've talked about the verb tenses. You know the verb tenses, right? Okay? It's a matter of putting it to use. So I just had some conversation questions that I wanted to talk and just see if you can say some things about this, okay? So if you could have any job in the world, what would it be and why? Alright, any job, doesn't matter, okay? Or what is your favorite thing about your job? If you don't want to talk about, if you are happy with your job and it's the best job that you ever wanted, fine, that's okay. Then you can talk about what's your favorite thing about your job. If you don't have a favorite thing about your job, then think about, a job that you want to have. So maybe I can give example, okay? So if I could have any job in the world, what would it be and why? I would be a stand-up comedian. You know stand-up comedian? So it's a person that goes up in front of a crowd and tells jokes. You know that? So a comedian. Here, let me write it on the board. My job, if I could have any job in the world. Stand-up comic or comedian. Okay? So they are the type of people that stand up and, hey, how's it going tonight? I'd like to thank you for coming out and, what's the deal with chickens? And they tell a joke, right? Okay? So I know in Chinese culture it's not really it's starting to become more popular, but it's not really a thing. It came from Western culture. I know specifically in China the stand-up comic scene is very new. It's maybe only about 5-10 years old. In terms of it being Western style, they have different type of comedy, right? But in Japan they have it. But in the West it's a very, very popular form of entertainment. People go to a stand-up club. So, and the reason why is because I like telling jokes and I like making people laugh. Have you noticed that? Right? Okay. So, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to do that. And I did it a little bit when I lived in the US, but I wasn't being paid for it, So, and now I'm to the age where I need money. So I can't do things for free. So, but yeah. I just like making people laugh. Now I get to do it as a teacher. Okay, so anyone want to give a shot at this? Doesn't need to be that in-depth. Okay, you can do simple answer. Anyone? Favorite thing about your job? Danny, why don't you start?
I would like to be architecture.
Architect?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to make someone's dream house.
Okay, so build someone's dream house. Okay. Your own dream house? No? Just build someone else's, not your own.
I don't have any idea about.
Ah, okay. Alright. Bridget?
Oh,
If you don't have a dream job, you can talk about favorite thing about your job.
if I could be a singer,
Singer?
yes,
Okay. You like going to KTV
yes.
with your family?
Karaoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Sophia?
If I could have a job to draw comic books,
Draw comic books.
so I don't know the job title.
Be an animator or a illustrator. Illustrator is someone that draws. Alright? So, a comic book artist is also another, if it's specific, manga. Okay, so manga artist, you could just say.
Illustrator.
So, Derek. Or hold on, why?
Why? Because I have opportunity to share my fantasy to everyone.
Ah, okay, so not just drawing, but also the stories. Okay. Derek.
If I can be a singer.
Okay, so I see a lot of if I could. Don't say if I could. Say I wish I could or I would want to be. Okay, if I could, different. Okay, so because the real question is what would it be? So I would be is how you should answer. Okay, I would be what?
I would be the singer, the center of the bridge.
Oh, do we have a band? A band for me? No? Why? Why? You like singing?
Yeah, because I am Taiwan Aboriginal.
Okay.
Yeah, so like to singing and dance. Yeah.
Okay.
There, I don't know. I like to share my happy emotion or sad emotion.
Okay. Alright. Gina, before you go.
Flower shop, or do you know the
Yeah.
flower they put there?
Yeah, so like a florist or like an arranger or ikebana? What?
Or can make bouquet or.
Okay, so that would be a florist.
Because I can see the beautiful flower of
Yeah.
bouquet.
So florist. If you ever become a florist, let me know. I'll make you some vases. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, have a good one. Lily. We have
We always singing together.
Oh yeah? So the food service goes to KTV? Really? I need to get video of this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Really?
Together.
Ah, okay. So, well, you have the formings of a new pop group, right? T-pop? Yeah, instead of J-pop and K-pop, we have T-pop? Or maybe T-A-S pop? Okay. So, okay. Why, you like singing? Or you want to be famous?
Singing and dancing.
Dancing. Okay. Alright. So, Tracy.
I like old song.
Old songs? Okay. So would you want to be a singer or would you want to be DJ for an old radio station? Okay. Sing? Okay. So you would like to sing old songs? Okay. I listened to this YouTube station by a DJ called Starfunkle, and he makes country mixes, and he has one of Taiwan that has the old funk, Taiwan funk sort of. I'll play it before you leave. It's very good. So, yeah. You probably know some of the songs. All right. Kurt.
The security guard of TAS is the best work I have done.
Okay.
Yeah, so far.
So far? All right.
I was naval officer before, and
More difficult?
Yeah, more difficult. And I was the junior high school instructor. Yeah. So I think this work let me have the opportunity to improve my English and to serve the member of the TS. Yeah.
Well, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. All right. Next, if you could learn one thing about your future, So, in your future, if you could learn one thing about it, if there was like a magical genie and you said, tell me one thing you want to know about your future, right? Maybe I said, I want to learn how many kids I'll have and what their names are, right? Whatever it is, or how much money will I make in my lifetime. Any one thing that you could learn, what would it be and why? Okay? And I would say my future thing that I would learn, if I could learn one thing about my future, it would be that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. Next. That's a tough one. Okay, this one's better. What is your favorite thing to do to waste time? Waste time. Okay? You know what wasting time is?
浪费时间吗？
So it's just like you have downtime and you're just like, I'm gonna pull out my phone and do something. Play Candy Crush or read the gossip newspaper, the Apple Daily, whatever. Okay? So when you have nothing to do and you're sitting around and you just have to waste time, what do you do? What is your favorite thing to do?
Listening to music.
Listening to music?
Yeah.
Okay. So I waste time by reading Reddit. You know Reddit?
Reddit.
Reddit? Reddit. So Reddit is a aggregate website. It's all in English. So like websites from around the world send stuff to Reddit, or people post it on Reddit. So you can find news sources, you can find so many different things. So I just read news articles, I read things about, there's many different, they call them subreddits. So they have one about like funny things, they have one about news stories, they have one about this, so you can learn different things on it.
From the computer?
Yeah, on the computer, so it's just reddit.com.
Reddit.
So,
Reddit.
Reddit.com.
yeah. So I just waste time like that. Danny, what do you do to waste time?
I will waste time to watch YouTube.
Watch YouTube? Okay, that's a very common one. How about you, Sophia?
My favorite thing to do to waste time is I watch Netflix.
Netflix? Okay. Derek? So you can say, I waste time by
play the cell phone game.
playing cell phone game? What game?
With driver car.
Car driving one?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. How do you waste time, Lily?
I was play this game.
Like Candy Crush, maybe? Sudoku. Sudoku. Okay, that's how you waste time. Tracy, how do you waste time?
I waste time and
Oops. So I waste time by
I waste time daydream.
daydreaming? Okay. Daydreaming? Okay, that's good. That's good. Kurt, how do you waste time?
Waste time. Venting. V-E-N.
Venting?
Venting.
You waste time by venting? To who?
Huh?
Yeah, venting?
Yeah.
Huh?
Venting.
To who?
To who?
To no one?
No one.
Just
Because-
going outside? Venting?
Venting. maybe I used the wrong word. I like alone
Hmm.
by myself and do nothing, think nothing, and
So like meditation?
yeah.
Meditation or
Self
reflection.
reflection.
So thinking of things about yourself or thinking about your life and things you're doing. So self-reflection. It's like meditation. A different type of meditation. Meditation, you're not supposed to think. Just self-reflection, what am I doing? Am I doing it well? Am I nice to people? What did I do wrong today? What can I improve? That's self-reflection.
Just think in your mind.
Yeah, thinking of what you can do to improve yourself. So you evaluate how you're doing and what you need to do better. Right? So, let's see. What is your favorite time of day of the week, month of the year, and why for each? So my favorite time of day is about between 7 and 10 p.m. because I get to be at home with my dog and cat, and I know I have nothing to do for the rest of the day, and I can just relax. So that's my favorite time of day. Day of the week, Saturday. Because I don't have to work. I work 6 days a week. So I don't have to work on Saturday. So, except for July and August. July and August I work 7 days a week. Because I teach in Ada, and I teach up in the mountain, so. Favorite month of the year? November. Because it's my birthday.
November.
Okay, so Danny.
My favorite time of day is
6:30 because you wake up to go to work, right?
no. 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
After 10 p.m.
After 10 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can calm down myself and do everything what I do. How I would like to.
Okay. All right.
The day of the week, I like the Friday because I know I have a
Weekend. Okay. Month of the year.
I like September because my birthday.
Okay. Bridget. Time of day.
A favorite time of day is 8 o'clock, p.m.
Okay. PM.
Because I can watch the TV.
Okay. Day of the week.
Day of week, I like Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's weekend.
Yeah, because weekend, and then I don't need work, I just relax.
Okay.
Because Sunday I have to go to buy,
Why?
go to the market to buy the food. Yes.
Okay. So month of the year.
One of the years, I say it's November, because we have the Thanksgiving Day.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like Thanksgiving.
Where I can with my family
Okay.
go around.
Sure.
Yes.
Relax and have a good day.
Yeah.
Sophia. Time of day.
My favorite time of day is from 7 to 11
Okay.
because it's my free time to do anything.
Okay. Day of the week.
In the week, I prefer Saturday because I can
Relax.
relax and have a cup of drinks.
Okay. All right.
Month of the year, December, because that is a very good month to serving in country.
Surfing.
Yes,
You surf
just
a little.
here.
Okay. All right. Derek. Time of day.
My favorite time of day is 7 o'clock. After 7 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I gym, exercise.
Okay. Day of the week?
Day of week, maybe Saturday. Yeah, because tomorrow not to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, and then month of the year?
One year is September
Why?
because it's Christmas. No.
September?
December.
Ah, okay.
December.
December because Christmas. Okay,
Yeah.
good choice. Lily? Time of day? Favorite time is what? 12? AM? PM? PM? Why? Because lunchtime?
No,
Ah, okay. Alright, and then day of the week?
Friday.
Friday? Why? Because weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. And month of the year?
December.
December? Okay. And why?
It's vacation.
Okay. Ah, the 2 weeks of vacation? Okay.
I can go to travel.
Okay, good. Alright. Tracy? Time of day and why? Time of day.
I like favorite time.
You need to say, my favorite time
My favorite time
is.
is 12 o'clock.
AM, PM,
And
and why?
after
Julie, oh,
Well, that's PM, lunchtime. You're finished?
PM.
PM is lunchtime, AM is midnight.
It's 1:30.
Oh.
Yeah, it's confusing, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dinner.
Okay, so dinner, and then day of the week?
Friday.
Okay, Friday, because why? Weekend?
Yeah, 休息.
Ah, because you get to rest, you get to take a break. Okay, and then month of the year?
May.
May. Why?
Because Mother Day.
Ah, Mother's Day. Okay. Alright. Okay, good. Kurt, time of day.
My working time is my favorite time
Okay.
because I feel I still have value in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So the day of the week, I think the Wednesday through the Sunday, because that is my working day.
Okay.
Yeah. Month of the year, I think the every July of the year, I can arrange to the meditation camp. I joined the meditation camp for 10 days.
Okay. Alright, good. Alright, so before you all leave, here's the Starfunkel music. Do you know this? You know these songs? And it's like, it's just old songs
No, also,
from like maybe 70s or 80s in Taiwan. Yeah, in Taiwan. No? Don't know.
very old.
Yeah.
very old.
Very old, but
Older than us, the
yeah,
me.
maybe. Okay, but I like it. It's good. It's a mixtape. All right. So
Very fast.
yes. So next week, last class. All right. So I will see you on Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
So don't worry, you don't need to bring treats or anything, just come
Okay.
and we'll just do something fun, okay? Alright. So have a good one.
Thank you.
Good job with the conversation.
那是怎么做？台湾的我是啊，
那种白光之类的吧。
那应该是很好。
Very very old song.
Yeah, it's just, I don't here, let me see, I don't know if it
这
has,
是我80年代。
轻快。
拜拜。
so,
以后请上班马上不能退转。
Song of my father's age.
okay, so like very, very old.
对，说他是想要赶快去上班。
Okay.
说什么声音？
I don't know. Fanting, Eu Kuzu, I don't know. But I like the music. Very good music. Huh?
下班下班可以说 duty off or
Off duty.
Off duty.
Yeah.
Off the duty.
拜拜。
See you later.
Thank you.